And that's why I felt comfortable, cared about so much as a person in all of the legal roles that I've been in. And that's, it's a testament to those organizations. But because I felt so comfortable, they didn't come in with ideas of this is how we do this and that's the way it is. Yeah. They were always just open and willing to learn. So when I was able to take on, it takes courage to just talk about it, to say, hey, look, I really love this organization. I really want to do good work. Yeah. I need a little bit of help from you. I need this, I need that, because that really helps me out. And you don't have to be neurodiverse to have that. That is a question that all kind of organizations should be talking to their employees about. For me, it came up in the context of neurodiversity, but yeah.
Yeah, because speaking to someone who's managed people, it's very rare for someone to actually come up to you and to be able to articulate to you how they work best.
Absolutely.
And what they need to help them work best. Or if you ask someone, the best you usually get is, I like a lot of autonomy. But that's all you get. It's no more. There's no more detail than that.
Yeah.
So being able to do what you did is actually, I think, a great encouragement to a lot of people to actually do that, particularly when they're new in their careers, is to think about, how they work or how they work better, and to actually have those conversations with the manager. Because I'll say, speaking from my experience as a manager, they'll probably be awestruck by the fact that someone's actually come in there, had those thoughts and having that conversation.
Absolutely. This is one of the really helpful things with having ADHD is pattern recognition. Yeah. I've got it's helpful and it can be quite challenging, but in terms of the good side of pattern recognition, early in my career, I was able to keep a pulse on what helped me.
Yeah.
I realized that, good gosh, having a standing desk is an absolute saving grace for me. Yeah. I need to be able to kind of move around, walk around, having functions at work. Sometimes I'd sit in front of a document and I'd, rewrite the same thing 8 times. To get myself out of that, what I actually found was really helpful was being able to dictate. Oh, sounds really like old-timey lawyer, but and I get a few laughs about this because I don't seem very modern as a lawyer when I'm walking around with a dictaphone. But dictating into a computer and then editing it after, I found that movement and discussion really helps me understand and break down concepts.
Yeah.
So in doing that, I told my boss, I said, hey, look, I really benefit off the kind of physical kinesthetic aspect where I would go into a breakout room and I'd do some parts, like if I was trying to figure out a concept and I was trying to work through it instead of sitting statically in front of a computer, I would be able to walk around. I'd be able to distract myself a little bit. Yeah. And in that movement, a lot of ideas would come to me. And then I'd move it into a document. Then I'd be able to edit it and do the more meticulous stuff. But starting the process off in that way, I think that's how I wrote 90% of my dissertation, was initially dictating it, would read papers, would synthesize the paper, dictate it into the phone, and then go in and edit it. And that is how I got over lots of writing blocks. That's what propelled me forward. So having a pulse on that and knowing that, and then going into the workplace and telling your boss, look, this is how I work. Yeah. And I said, absolutely. Okay, let's, there's a breakout room over here.